What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and this is my May Vlogzilla. Hope you're all well out there. Now, real quick, my April Vlogzilla, got no comments, and it was, the first video in, I don't remember how long, that got no comments. Now, that video was all about schedule, and I think folks are just tired of hearing me talk about the schedule, so it is what it is, but there was other things there that was very important to me, and, like my life and what's going on with me, and that was just at the beginning of what's been a very bad trend here for me, which means, I'm still in a weird, limbo area with my regular job. And I'm getting very, very little work right now, and I'm on the cusp of, thinking about doing something different. But it's problematic because once I do something different, I know my other stuff is going to start coming in. So it's a very odd, I'm in a very odd place, but I found it very, disappointing and discouraging that, no one had any comments on that. Well wishes or good luck or anything on that. It just shows me that, it's this channel, as much as I try to steer it, if you guys are not caring about the content, you're not caring about me, is what I feel. And that sounds, oh, wah, but, it is weird. It is weird, and I'm not gonna say I'm not, that I'm, happy, about that. I don't shy away from, talking about my feelings, and that's, what I'm gonna talk about a little bit right here, because, 2 months ago I talked about my integrity. Then if you saw my Higher Rodan video, I talked about, how things are gonna be different with me. Now, I'm just gonna, a couple months removed, longer than that now. I just want to, just put it to bed, whether you guys, put together the pieces or not, because my friend Steven, of Steven Story Reviews, talked about it in his Higher Rodan, review as well. I'm just gonna tell you guys, I'm no longer working with Higher Toys. And that was a decision, that was made, because I just didn't agree with the way things were going to be working going forward. And, I can't talk about anybody else. You could just piece things together like I have. But I just wanted to clear that up, just in case you were wondering. This is why, I'm not getting things in super early from them. I'm definitely not going to be getting a lot of the other stuff from them. I'm, strictly gonna be Monsterverse stuff when I do get it. I haven't even gotten Mothra yet. And I really don't care because, like I said at the very beginning here, not working much right now. So things that are coming in is very slow as far as, toys. I've canceled a lot of pre-orders, not all of them, but a lot. Kind of spread it out where it's a little bit of pre-orders drop a month instead of a lot of stuff, and it's really got to be, as much as I want it to be stuff that help the channel, grow and stuff that you like. Right now, the thing I need most is for me to be happy. So I need whatever I get to make me happy. Because I'm not spending that much money. So whatever little thing I get, it's got to be something that makes me happy. And whether it does good on the channel or not, whether you guys care or not, it is what it is. I'm going to be leaning heavily on my backlog, like I said last month. And, that's going to still happen. But, we move forward and we do our best. There is stuff that's going to be happening as the year goes on. Work-wise, that's gonna be kind of cool, I hope. Knock on wood, I don't have any wood close to me, but we'll see. There's irons in the fire. But, I've gotten a few little things, if you guys saw this review. This was great. Marvel Legend. I haven't gotten one in a while, but I just really wanted to get this figure. So if you haven't seen this review, you should really see this review. It's pretty cool. And then, you know, there's the stuff that the folks I am still working with have been sending me, like DST, man. You know, hats off to them. They've sent me so much stuff to review, and it's different things, and I like that. I like variety, you know. I can't implore you guys enough to try other things. Like, I'm not even talking about my videos. I'm talking about in general. Buy other toys, you know, like, there's so much. You couldn't possibly just grown up with Godzilla. I didn't. I know most people haven't, but I gotta tell you, all your favorite Godzilla YouTubers, like, they like other things. They just don't feature him because they don't want, like, poor views. And that's not really on them. That's on you guys. You know, like I said, I was disappointed before, but we do get disappointed. We want to be able to show you guys all these cool things that we're into, in hopes to find people that, like, love to expand their mind and love to see other things. And I feel bad that other folks won't show the other stuff that they like, you know? And it's not everybody. A lot of people do show a lot of things, and kudos to them. But, you know, we shouldn't have to feel, like, pressured to feature just one thing. And I wish we didn't. So yeah, the highlight, of course, was Gypsy from that haul. And he's pretty cool overall. He does have some problems, but it's cool to get another Gypsy Danger. It's one of my favorite mechas. You know, so I'm really happy to get it. And the other company, you know, major ups is 30, who, you know, sent me this guy. It was super early. This doesn't even come out till the fall. You know, how awesome is that? You know, that is very cool. I'm really appreciative. Like, you know, within a few reviews of working with them, they entrusted me to do this review, and that is very awesome. I mean, I also reviewed this guy recently, War Machine. This figure was awesome too, but this you should really check out. He's a really cool mech. Got a little guy in there, you know, little pilot. This is so cool, man. If you didn't check it out, definitely check it out. Super cool. So, you know, I've been getting some stuff from other companies. I hope to get more stuff from 30 again, because their stuff is just so good. And I'll tell you, I got a 2000th review coming up, and I'm looking at I have two major things that have been sitting in my backlog for at least 2 years now, for whatever reason. I have their Robo-Do EVA 01 and the Deluxe Siege Optimus Prime. So one of those two things is going to get reviewed for my 2000 review coming up really soon. So I gotta make that decision shortly. But talking about the reviews and, you know, besides that stuff, leaning on heavily in the backlog. But also, the very next review is a Godzilla review. So, thank God, right? And a Movie Monster Series review. It is from my backlog. It is the only Movie Monster Series figure that was in my backlog. So, you know, I got that done. And the reason why I got that done is I needed something kind of simple to work on, because I got a new phone. For those that don't know and have been wondering, I've always worked off my phones. So I believe the phone I've been working on for years, my iPhone XS Max, like, has done tons of work. There was another phone I used before this for stuff, but I've always used phones. That phone, the one we're filming from right now, I cracked the cover, the protector, last year, and I had an upgrade, but I never upgraded the phone. The phone itself cracked. I shattered the back of it and cracked the front of it on 2 separate drops. And I don't know. I just held off to the point where I couldn't trade it in anymore because it was so damaged without having to get it repaired, which made no sense because then you're paying extra money. And right now I have no money. I still need a new computer. that didn't happen yet because all of this other stuff happened. So, not good. Anywho, the time has come, though. Because of my current work situation, I've had to make some changes, you know, not just with toy buying, but, you know, with bills and what I'm doing. So I have to get out of my really big phone bill and change it to a much smaller phone bill. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. But in the process of doing that, I wanted to get a new phone as well because, again, old phone, still a great phone, camera-wise. And I really wanted to keep this phone. I didn't want to try to trade it in if I could. I didn't want to do that. Obviously, I said I couldn't. But my wife, who also just got a new phone and a new phone thing, got me a new phone. You know, it's not like a higher-end iPhone or anything, but it's pretty cool. It's got all the bells and whistles, and, you know, 3 cameras, much more than my current one. And this is a Samsung A54 5G. This just came out, like, within the last 2 months. Month and a half, even. So, very, very cool. It's got a nice little protector on it, because I don't want to mess things up. But shout out to my wife for getting this for me for an early birthday gift. It's not my birthday yet, but it's coming up in the next month and a half. So she got me the camera so I could just go in and, you know, do that. I really appreciate that. You know, honestly, that was awesome. So, yeah, new phone. But I'm going to be going back and forth now because I'm still in the process of, like, learning different things. That's an Android phone. I have an iPhone. There's a learning curve. Got to get different apps, this and that. But I filmed my next review with the new phone to give it a test, and I think it came out pretty good. Not in love with the front-facing cam, so I got to play around with that a little bit. But the specs are pretty good, so, you know, I like it overall. You know, I'm very happy. So videos are gonna probably start looking a little bit different as I move along. Again, there's gonna be things I film with this one and things I film with that one, but I like having different choices. That is really good. So, you know, things are changing a little bit here. But they also have been, you know, I've been trying to change some stuff as we went also. I didn't talk about this last time, but one of the things I have changed is the way, like, I title things. I'm sure you've noticed by now. Maybe you haven't. But changed the way, you know, the format. And I started that roughly about 2 months ago now. Why? I just felt like I needed some sort of change, some sort of cleaner change to the titles. For the longest time, like, I've never shied away from using caps. I don't believe in its shouting. I come from a world where its titles are in caps. So, I've always wanted my titles to be in caps. But now I changed it so just the figure, let's say, or just the opening of the title is in caps, and then there's like a little subheader of what it is. If it's a review, if it's ultrazillatoys news, if it's Vlogzilla, whatever it is, then that's in, you know, upper, lower case, or, you know what I'm saying? Title case. So, you know, that was a little bit of a change, you know. I like that. There's going to be other little changes that happen, you know, as we go. I'm definitely going to be changing, now that I have a new camera, I'm going to be changing the opening a little bit, you know, the ultrazilla during the reviews, but that's not happening quite yet. There's other things I need to get down first with the new camera before doing something like that. But yeah, you know, little things here and there. And what else do I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about, you know, how I'm posting stuff around. Like, if you've seen me, you know, in different social medias, I'm basically, for the most part, just keeping to myself. Like, within my channels, like my Twitter, which is not really, you know, an Ultrazilla Twitter, it's my personal Twitter, but it's like subtitled Ultrazilla. My Facebook page, my Instagram, you know, those are the places I'm posting most. You know, I feel like groups these days are a minefield, honestly, and I just don't want to. You know, it's too much for me to do right now when I have all this other stuff that needs to get done, especially with no work. I'm trying to hustle and do other little things, put more stuff in the shop, you know, try to produce more videos, but there's been things that have been preventing me from doing so as well. So, you know, going back to that schedule thing, it's been a little bit choppy, you know, in the last month since I made that announcement, of course. But I'm not talking about that anymore. However it is, it is. I've set sail on that, really. So, don't worry about it. It's gonna be whenever you see it, my videos. But yeah, but the things I feature are probably gonna remain the same. You know, the things I'm getting coming up are things you would expect me to get, but like just a lot less. You know, like I don't know how deep into Movie Monster series I'm going right now. You know, I know that's been a big part of the channel, but they add up. Like May is going to be you know, we're in May right now already, but it's going to be interesting because there's one major thing that's coming out that I might have to, like, cancel and, you know, pick up on the US release, and that's the Chogokin Kiryu. I haven't 100% decided yet. I got, like, not much time to decide, but I kind of want to, you know, not have that bill right now, but we'll see. I also kind of really want it, so that's a major thing. You know, a lot of the things I do have on pre-order, like some of the Hayatoy stuff, but we'll see if I actually get them. I know a lot of folks have been like getting them here and there and different spots, but you know, I don't have it in me to like search out different shops for this stuff. I'm not desperate to get them. I'll be honest, there's part of me that, like, doesn't care whether or not I do get them. You gotta understand, man, you know, and this goes out to anybody. You know, I'm a human with human feelings, and, you know, if there's something, you know, that I don't agree with, or something that you do to me or don't do to me, like, I don't have to, you know, reciprocate, you know, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I support folks that, you know, don't feel the same way here? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll buy what I want to buy, and I do want to buy their Monsterverse stuff. But it's not about just that. You know, there's other things about it. But, like, you know, just I've had people ask me, and this is more peeking behind the curtain, am I getting, like, certain figures, or am I, you know, why can't, you know, how come I didn't talk about certain things? And, you know, there might be a reason for that, you know, there might be a reason for that, you know. I'll just say folks that have, you know, smaller companies and, you know, trying to do, like, projects, you know, if you say you're gonna do something, do it, you know, like, because that leaves a bad taste in folks' mouth, you know. I am here to, like, support as many people as I can and prop up as many people as I can and talk about them on the news at the very least, or, you know, here. But if I don't get shown some sort of respect back, it's a two-way street, guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not greedy, but I want some sort of respect at the very least. And sometimes I don't feel that. So, you know, if I don't cover something that you thought I might cover, maybe there might be something about that. But yeah, I don't want to get into, like, other things specifically. The only reason I even talked about Haya, and I haven't talked about it in, you know, detail, is because I kind of hinted at it already for a little while, and Steven just, like, went, you know, talked about it, you know, more straightforward, so I felt like I had to say something. But yeah, there's some cool stuff coming up, you know, some cool Transformers. I'm really into Transformers, and I hope that's coming through a little bit more, and I'm hoping more Transformers fans jump on board here, because I will be featuring them more, as we go along, because it's a big love of mine. You know, it's one of the things I've featured most here over the last since the beginning. So I want to make sure I feature them more and more. Again, because the one mistake I made, no offense guys, is catering too much to the kaiju crowd. I love kaiju. Huge kaiju fan. My love for it and my featuring them here is, 100% real. But I created this giant backlog of, like, other cool stuff because I was getting too much of that stuff, and I should have been building more community, with more different people, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the kaiju community, but I just wish everybody was open to checking out some more stuff. I think I'll end it there because, I've talked about a bunch of different things and I've gone all over the place. But that's what these vlogs are, and I just definitely want to do them because I've been doing one every month. You let me know down below if you have any, questions about anything I talked about or comments. I'm here to chat. Hopefully there is a few this time because, again, that was really odd to me. It makes you feel like, you just don't matter sometimes. Alright, till next time. Peace out, peeps.